guys, it's Sherry. I hope that you are having a fantastic day. Y'all, let's do some more fun, super cute, super practical paper crafting. Stay tuned. So first I want to thank everyone for stopping by and spending this time with me. We are going to have so much fun today making today's bright, cheery project. And here's what we're going to be making. Since I started the desk organization series back at the beginning of the year, I have gotten so many requests for a 3x3 note holder. And that's exactly what we're making today. We are using this beautiful, cheery bumblebee paper to make this awesome desktop holder for 3x3 slips of paper. And I cut out my own paper so I don't have it filled all the way, but this does hold 3x3 sheets very easily, and it's so cute. And what helps to make this a little cutie is we have a place on the back that will hold 2 pens or a pen and a pencil, or 2 pencils, whatever it is you want to add to yours for writing. You have a place to store those, and this is going to look so cute and so smart sitting out on your desk, in the kitchen in case you want to make notes on what you need to get from the grocery store, or just sitting on a bedside table in case you're like me and you wake up in the middle of the night with a project thought and you want to jot it down real quick. So easy to make. This is what we're making today, so y'all know what time it is. It is time to make it. All right, guys, so to make our project, we are going to be using some chipboard pieces. And if you don't have chipboard, use whatever you have that will have the consistency of a more firmer, hard type board. So what we're going to need are 2 pieces that measure 1 by 3 1/8, 3 pieces that measure 3 1/8 by 3 1/8, and 1 piece that measures 3 1/2 by 3 1/2. And then to avoid having to join pieces together to get a complete sheet, I am using my beautiful drawer liners that I got from Tuesday Morning. They're called Daisy, and I'll hold this up so that you guys can get that SKU in case you want to search for these online. But they are by Lady Jane Limited, and they are called Daisy. And here is that SKU. And if you don't have any sheet paper, you need to join paper so that you have at least 13 inches of working space on your project. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to take one of our pieces that measures 1 by 3 1/8, and I am going to place that down just like that. So I have a border here and a border here. And the next pieces that we will need all 3 pieces of our 3 1/8 by 3 1/8 inch pieces of chipboard. So you're going to need all 3 of those right now. And so now we can take our 3 pieces and place them down side by side, giving ourselves about 1/8 of an inch in spacing. And then we'll take that last piece that measures 1 by 3 1/8, and we're going to place it down. Again, we're going to give ourselves about 1/8 of an inch in spacing. Place that down. And then I'm going to trim away some of my excess. And we can save this because we can use it on the project. So then I'll go to the corner and I'm going to angle in. And then I'll angle in there. I'll do the same thing here. I'll angle and notch out a triangle. So you're going to have a piece that looks like that. I'm going to go ahead and trim that down just a little bit more. Then we'll do the same thing over here. So we're going to angle and angle, angle, and notch out a triangle. And then right here at the bottom, we're basically going to cut a triangle. So we're just going to notch out. So your notches will be following where I have put those ink marks. So I'm just going to notch. And then I'll take my glue and I'm just going to place glue on these two flaps. And I'm going to fold them over. And so now I'll take my tape. I am going to place my tape down so that I'm covering that chipboard. Smooth that out. Then I'll use my finger blade to peel away my tape backer. And then to make sure that I have coverage, I am going to take my glue and just place glue along the ends here. And so now we can take this piece, and because it is a smaller piece, we should be able to grab it and just pull it over and not have any wrinkling. So I am just going to get that straightened out with my big old spatula. Then I am going to just trim away my excess paper. And now I'm going to take these pieces and just fold them backwards out of the way. And I'm going to use my finger blade to go in and remove all of this excess paper. All right, so once we have removed all of that excess paper, we're going to have this, and I am going to use my big old spatula just to come in and define my spines. So just get those spines nice and crisp, making sure that it's a nice fold in there. And so now we can take the bottom pieces and just fold them in. And then when we take this and fold it like this, this is how we're going to get our cube for those beautiful pieces of paper. So now I'm going to bring in some more of my wrapping paper and place down my 3.5 by 3.5 inch piece. And I'll trim this out. And I'm giving myself a wide border because I am going to do a wraparound. So now I can take this and just fold it on all 4 sides. And I'll just give it a crease while I'm folding it. Then I can take my finger blade and I'm just going to do a miter. And I'll do that miter on all 4 sides. And so once we have this piece, I am just going to use my tape runner. You can use double stick tape and you can use glue. I'm going to use my tape runner, get that stuck. Pulling it in nice and tight. And so now we have the base, and I'm just going to go around this with my big old spatula to make sure that everything is nice and tight. And so before I actually place that down, I am going to bring in a scrap piece and I am going to trim some of this away. And your scrap size really depends on you. So I have a scrap here that is approximately 4 by 2, and I'm just going to fold it into thirds. We're making the holder for the pins. And I'm going to go ahead and just add my glue. Add my glue here. And now we have a nice little band here. And I'm going to put my pin holder right on the back. So the way that I'm going to do it is I'm going to go ahead and just bend one of the corner pieces like that, place it down, and then I want to create just a little loop point for my pin, and I'm going to fold it. And so what I have right now is something that looks like this. Then I'm going to have just a little bit of space in between. And I'm going to repeat that. So when I put this down, I'm going to have one loop here, some space, and then I'll create another loop over here. And some space. So then I'm going to bring in my scissors and just trim away a little. So I'm not sure if you guys can see this, but what I have is this section here is what I'm going to glue down. And then I have these two arches on both sides, and each one has a little glue point. So hopefully you can see it. I'm going to set it right there. Hopefully you can see it a little bit better. So I'm going to take my glue, place my glue on that center point, and then I'll take this and I'm going to place it close to the top and put it down. Then I can take my glue, place my glue on one of these end pieces, and when I put it down, I'm going to push it in just a little bit so that I can get that roundness that you see right there. And then I'm going to do the same thing with this piece. I'm going to add my glue on that little tab, and when I put it down, I'm just pushing it in just a little bit so that I can have two round points. So then once I have my loops down like that, I have that center point that's right in between the two. I am going to take my paper piercer and just punch me a little hole. Then I'll bring in my metal snaps. And so what I'm using is the fastener with the fastener top, and it's the smallest ones in the box. So I'm just going to take that, put it through the hole, and then I can put on my snap. And now I have that. So now we can take this and put it down, and we're going to be pretty good. So what I'm going to do is I am going to take my glue, make sure I place my glue right at the edge, and I'll go back and place some glue in the middle, but I want to make sure I get edge coverage on this piece. And now I'll add some glue closer to the front. And now we can take this cutie. We're going to fold it in just like this. And then when you place it down, you're just placing it down to get it centered. So look at it from the front. Look at it from the back. And when it looks nice and squared from the top, then you can take your fingers, pull in all of those sides, and start getting it stuck. And then once you have it the way you want it, just press it into place. And then you will have some scraps, and all I'm going to do is take my scrap piece, trim away just a little, And then I can put it on the inside just to cover up most of the white piece from where I pulled it in. So I'm just going to do a test by putting it in like this, and I see that I can trim away just a little bit this way. So I'll test it. And now when I have it, I'm going to take my glue, place some glue down, and then I'll take this piece and I'm going to lay it on the inside just to finish it off and get everything nice and cute looking. I'm going to use my ruler just to go in, make sure I have everything all nice and stuck. And then I have this sweet little decorative flower that I'm going to add some glue to. I'm going to place that right there. And then once we have our cute little cube like this, I am just going to steal some papers from that first one. And so then we're able to take our 3x3 papers and just drop them on the inside. And as you need a paper, you can just go in and pull it up. That simple. And so now I'm just going to grab a couple of pins and place the pins inside of these loops that I've made for them. And so now you're able to see that we have two snug fitting pins that will fit inside of our 3x3 paper pad holder. This was so simple, but oh so stinking cute, and so much fun to have sitting out on your desk. When you do it in bright colors like this for the spring, that just can't help but make you smile when you go into work or you just sit down to do some writing or whatever it is you're going to be doing. When you have something pretty like this sitting out, reminding you that spring is right around the corner or spring is here, and you'll be thinking, I have this beautiful item on my desk and I made it. And so you can change these out for any season, any reason, any gender. These are perfectly suitable for any holiday season, any occasion, any reason, and definitely any gender. So guys, I hope that you have liked this fun, quick and easy way that we can have our 3x3 slips on our desk and pull them out of something really, really upscale and boutique-y looking. And I hope that you have liked this project. If you have, please hit the like button. If you are not a subscriber to my channel, I would love to have you join my online crafting family. You guys, as always, please be safe, be kind, happy crafting, and we'll chat later. Bye.